Hi, my name is Yan. I'm going to talk about accountability today. What is accountability? Accountability is accountable and responsibility. And for other meaning is accountability is the quality or state of being accountable, especially obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's action. For me, I believe accountability is you do the things you commit to. And then there's four piles of accountability. The first one, we have responsibility, um, which means it's the state of being held as course of something that needs to be set right. And the second one we have is answerability, being called to be accountable. And the third one we have is trustworthiness. And it's a trait of being worthy or trust and confidence. And then in other words, which means is worthiness as a receptive of others in the trust or confidence. And next one we have liability. And liability is a one being legal bound to a debate or obligation, and also a future of someone or something that create a difficulty for achieve success. And what is accountability? What's the value of accountability for the sports? Accountability for sports, it's accountability is what you do, the things you commit to, right? And for athletes, accountability should mean you say what you are going to do and you're gonna do it for 100% your abilities, and take ownership to your behave on and off the court, and make sure you are doing the job 100%. And for me, I think accountability is also for your commitment, and your commitment level is a choice, and you choose to be committed or compelled. And I have a video of coach from Boston College, and he is going to talk about what's accountability for the college. Oh, sorry.
I mean, accountability for us is being accountable to the guy on your right and accountable to the guy on your left, because that's what goes in the team. And ultimately, it's the biggest thing that drives people is their accountability to one another. And I would say to you that applies in life. Life throws some real hard curveballs at you, and you've got to be accountable to handle it. Ultimately, that's what we're doing, and we talk about that. We try to train that within our program. And that's ultimately what we're doing. You come to BC to learn, to grow your faith, your spirit, your mind, your body, and then you go out and you serve the world, make it a better place. To win, you've got to be able to rely and count on the guy next to you in a team sport. And that's what football is, a team sport. And that's why there's a lot of great players out there, but there's not a lot of great teams. Because great teams require great accountability.
You see, the coach talked about accountability for the sports and everything. And then how can we teach kids how can we teach accountability? And first, we're gonna do set up rules, right? And we are set up a rule, and we're gonna follow them. And then always the first rule for me will be on time. You want to be on time. It's not just show up on time. You want to be there early. We have been talking to kids on my program, and we're saying like you got to show up 5 minutes early, or even 10 minutes early for all the events you're going, right? And here's the other quote is coming from the Central Michigan football coach. And I really agreed with it, and because he's saying the big thing that we want is someone who is willing to do to be accountable on a daily basis. It is hard to keep kids accountable on a daily basis for this generation. And then we have been talking to our kids like how you're gonna make yourself accountable to a team. And the first one we're always talking about is gonna be self-accountable. How you're gonna hold each other accountability, right? And then how you're gonna hold each other to be accountable, and which means like as a coach we needed to lead by example, and which means we like me, and then I'm a head coach, and then I always been the first one be at my practice, at my games, at my team events, and I also show up setting up at nights for my kids, and I just wanted to lead by my example, and I want to be a leader and not a boss. And for me, I think accountability also includes that. And then I want to be a leader, I don't want to be a boss, and then I'm gonna help my team to lead them to what they can be achieved. And I also think accountability is it's equals to team culture, and then how you team will be looking at each other saying like, hey, we're gonna do this together. Let's hold each other accountable. And this is another clip from the Coach Carter, and his team is showing him how to hold each other to be accountable and then do things right. So, you see, Coach Calder's and trying to hold his team accountable, especially for that player who was in trouble, and then, like the quote from Coach Brand says, good coaches talk about the expectations, right? And a great coaches has athletes who meet their expectations, and because those coaches confront incorrect behavior and have offer, and in doing so give the love and the respect to the athletes. And I totally believe that, and then we have to confront our kids when they are not doing the things we want they to do, to be held accountable, right? And then, yeah, accountability is essential aspect of success in any field, especially including sports. We want to keep the kids accountable in sports. That's when we raise them good, and then when they go into the world, and then they can do the things we would like them to be a better citizen. And thank you. This is my presentation. You guys have a good day. Thank you.